Hey, how's it going, everyone? In this week's video, I'm going to show you how to make retargeting ads. To do retargeting ads, we're going to use three things. Firstly, we have to install the Facebook pixel on our website. If you haven't done that already, go back and watch. I think it's my second or third video, and I show you how to install the Facebook pixel on your WordPress site. If you don't have a WordPress site, then just send the code that I show you in that video to whoever built your website, and they should install it for you. We will create custom audiences. I'll show you how to do that in this video, and then we'll create ads using those custom audiences. I'll show you how to do that as well. But what is retargeting? Retargeting is simply just showing someone one of your ads, showing someone who has recently visited your website one of your ads. One of the examples is this, probably if you're ever searching Airbnb or booking.com or a website like that, once you get off their website, then just go back to scrolling your Facebook news feed, you'll see an ad pop up from Airbnb with one of their, they're showing you one of their ads that you were just looking at on their website. That's what retargeting is. Another good example of that is if you've got a pest control company and someone Googles your pest control company, clicks on your website, then checks out your site, but for some reason doesn't call you or make an inquiry or anything like that, you can then retarget that person on Facebook using one of your ads. So that's one version of a retargeting ad, just through website visitors. The type of retargeting is engagement. You show someone who has recently engaged with one of your ads, post, video, Facebook page, who have engaged with your product in any way, just show them another ad. Maybe it's the same ad again, or a similar ad with maybe a different story or a different copy or a different picture, but very similar. A good example of this is if you're running personal training classes and you want to get more customers, you can post a video of people doing the workout, maybe a 2-3 minute video of people running on the beach, a bit about your product, they're in the gym or whatever it is. And you would retarget people, or I would retarget people that have watched at least 50% of that video or more. It just shows that if they've watched 50% of the video or more, that they're sort of interested in your product. They might not be 100% interested, but they're a lot better. They're more likely to be interested in your product than someone who's only watched 3 seconds or 10 seconds of the video and then gone on and watched something else. So that's a good way to do it. 50% video views. You can do 75% video views, 95%, 30 seconds, and 10 seconds and 3 seconds. But yeah, 50% video views is a good one. You can also retarget people who have liked your video, shared it, or wrote something in the comments. So let's go and have a look how to do those, eh? You should all pretty much know what this is. This is the home screen of the Facebook Business Manager. If you don't know what it is, just go back and watch one of my other videos and I'll show you how to set it up. You just go over to the left hand side, and first we've got to go make the custom audiences. So we go to drop down box, go to all tools, audiences. I'll show you how to make the website ones first. Website retargeting ads first. Pick the ad account that you're currently using. To make a custom audience is what we have to do, a custom audience of people that have recently visited your website. We just go create audience, create custom audience. For the first one, I'll show you how to do the website traffic. Make sure you could go any or all, doesn't really matter because we're only using a very basic one here. Make sure the pixel that it's installed on your website is the one that you pick here. There should only usually be one here if that's the way you got it set up. So just go to the one that's usually going to be green. Go all website traffic, or you can pick a certain web page that they went to. So you just put the URL in there. If they went to, say if you're selling motorbikes and they went to a certain motorbike, then you'd put the KX180 be URL www.url KX180 or whatever it was. So then that person who was looking at that Kawasaki 180 would then see it pop up on their Facebook page when they're scrolling. So, but for a very basic, you could go into as much detail as you want. But for today's one, I'll just make it very basic. So we'll just make it all website visitors. So anyone that goes on your website in the last 180 days, anyone who has visited your website in the last 180 days, but if you've only installed your Pixel today, it's not going to show obviously the last 180 days worth of people. So it goes off whenever you install the Pixel. So I just do CA for custom audience or website visitors 180 days, and create audience. Done. I'll also show you how to do that's just a very basic version of retargeting. I'll just show you how to do a little bit more complex retargeting campaign. What I usually do is you go all website visitors 5 days, go custom audience, all website visitors 5 days. All visitors 5 days. Create. Make sure everything's right. Go create audience. Done. Then we'll do it again. Create audience. Create custom audience. Might be a sec. So this is just showing you how to. This is just a more advanced version of retargeting, but you don't really have, when you're just first getting started, you won't worry about this too much. 10 days. And then we'll create another one for 15, just for an example. $15 custom audience. Depends how many create or I'll show you why that's going to make a difference later. But for that will take a couple hours for that to for Facebook to find all the people that they're looking for. So come back in a couple of hours, that will say ready like all these, and I'll show you how to make the ad to go with it. Right, so they're showing that they're ready to start using. They're not 100% populated yet, and over the next couple of hours and days, those figures will go up, and they'll continue going up as people visit your website. So they're a rolling total. They'll just keep growing as you get more visitors. So now I'll just show you how to use those custom audiences with an ad. So you just go over to your 3 lines over here and just go to Ads Manager. This is just very similar to what I showed you the other week with creating just an ad, but instead of using an interest, we use this custom audience. So just go to create like we did the other day, and get rid of that. The other day I didn't really explain too much about the different versions of ads. I'll just do that now. Brand awareness and reach will get your ad the most impressions it possibly can for the lowest price it possibly can. People are most likely not going to click your ad to go to a website. They're not going to click the ad to buy it. They're not going to click it to engage in it. They're not going to share it. It's just Facebook shows it to as many people as it possibly can for the least amount of money. Engagement ads are the ones I showed you the other day. They're designed for people. Facebook will show them to people that are most likely going to share it, like it, or comment on it. Obviously, because everyone on Facebook's built differently, some people will share the shit out of stuff and some people won't. So that's why Facebook shows certain type of ads to different people. Traffic ads are designed for people who are most likely to click a link and head over to a website. Video views is obvious. Facebook will show up to people who watch a lot of videos. Conversion ads, and lead generation and app install, we won't worry about that. But messages, well, if you want to run a message campaign where you can get people to message you, but I don't really use it. Conversion ads are the best ones to make the money with, because Facebook will show your ad to people that are most likely, or have shown in the past, that they buy stuff on the webs on through Facebook. They'll click on a link and then they'll head over to someone's website and they'll buy stuff. So Facebook will show, if you use a conversion ad, Facebook will show that ad to the people that are most likely going to buy stuff. So those are the most expensive. So you'll probably get around $10 or $20 will get you 1,000 impressions. But with engagement ads, it'll be half the price of that, and traffic is a little bit more expensive, but it's not quite as expensive as conversion ads. So for retargeting, I just usually use engagement. You can name it whatever you want. We'll create a new campaign. I'll show you how to set it up from scratch. So we go engage, retarget, all website visitors. And here's where we get the custom audience. So you've got all your audiences that I've made in the past, lookalike audiences, which I won't touch on tonight. That's a whole different ball game. But custom audiences is what we want, and we will go to custom audience or website visitors 180 days. The country, I think most of the people in that audience will be United States, but I'm pretty sure you can just leave it blank anyway, and Facebook sorts it out. That obviously will be 5 or 10,000 or whatever, however big your audience is. You can do English, but most likely the people you're targeting are English anyway. Wouldn't worry about detailed targeting, because these people already have seen your ad, and you're just re-showing them the same ad or a different ad again. Edit placement. I usually get rid of in-stream videos because they're torture. If you're ever watching a video and you see an ad come on, you're just not gonna buy it just because that ad's just pissed you off, most likely, if you're anything like me. But Instagram, this is probably, if you're doing a photos, it might be a good one to retarget people on Instagram as well. But for this instance, we'll just act as if we're using a video, because that's what I usually do. Retargeting, for the budget, I usually leave it at about $11 a day. It won't spend $11 because you're only going to be showing, or it might, depends how big your retargeting list is. If your retargeting list is only like 2,000 or something, it's probably not going to spend the whole $11, because it could reach 1,000 people for about $11. But if you only spend $2, then Facebook isn't going to show your ad to anyone, because $2 just isn't enough. It's people are going to outbid you. So you just got to have when you've got a smaller audience of about 5 or 10,000, you just got to have your daily budget up. And if it does spend it, then well, that's good. That means more people are seeing your ads anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Schedule date, same as the first ad I showed you, always try and set it for the next morning or at least a good couple of hours. But usually the next morning's the best way to go, just to give Facebook a bit of time to get their act together, I suppose. Post engagements, I usually just leave all this standard. Facebook knows what it's doing when it comes to optimizing for your ad delivery. It shows it to the best people. You can change it. You can change it to impressions or daily unique reach, but post engagement, because we're using an engagement ad, is just the best. So just leave all that standard and then go to continue. Come over here, and this is where we create the ad. If you want to use a post off your wall, you can just use existing post, pick the page, and then scroll down and pick whatever post you want, and you can advertise it that way. But I'll show you how to create an ad like I did last time. We use a video. I'll just use, doesn't matter, any video will do. Free PDF helps you make money. That's good enough. You wouldn't dare write that. Facebook would just shut your account down straight away if you wrote that. But that's just an example. So that's pretty much just what you do. You just set up the ad just like you would any other ad, but down the bottom, yeah, when it's all done, yeah, make sure this pixel's on. If that's not on, Facebook isn't tracking any of the visitors or any of your data, so make sure that's on. And then once everything's good to go, you just hit the confirm down there, and your ad will go into the review process, and then maybe after a couple of hours it should get approved. So just to revise, it's setting up in a retargeting ad is just very similar to a normal ad, but instead of creating picking an interest down here, we just simply pick the custom audience that we created there. So it's simple as that, and then you just hit confirm on the other page, and it's good to go. So that's how you retarget people who have visited your website. Let's have a look. It's very similar to people who have actually. I'll show you how to make the a custom audience out of people who have watched 50% of a video. So you just go over back to your. So pretend this is all confirmed and it's all good to go. You just go back over to your audiences. Yes, leave this page. So you just create an audience, a custom audience, exactly like you did last time, but instead of going, custom audience, instead of going website traffic, you head down to engagement, down the bottom, click video, and we'll go 50% of the video watched. Then you just pick the video that those people watched. So we'll just use my top video. And you can target people for the last, we'll just go 365 days. So custom audience, 50% video views, Hawaii video. You want to name it as much detail as you can. You can add a little description down there, but just because when you've got heaps like that, you want to know which one's which without having to click into it and physically seeing the video. But create audience, and then once that's ready to go like it is there, we just head back over to our ads manager, which is I've got it up here already, and you just do the same thing again. So you create an ad. Yeah, so it's just the same as last time. You create an ad, use engagement, and engage. Retarget 50%. So what you do, you just pick the custom audience out of here. So 50% of the Hawaii video, 365 days. and that's what you do. And then you just go through all the other steps as normal. You pick your budget, the time, hit continue, and then either use an existing post or create your own ad again, and just hit continue. It's all the same. The only thing you're changing is the custom audience here. That is a very basic model of the retargeting ad. I'll show you why I did those custom audiences before with the 5, 10, and 15 days. So what I do is when I create my ads, I post an ad. I retarget people who have watched 50% of the video, and I retarget them with in the first 5 days, I retarget them with the same ad. So what I'll do there is I just go custom audience, 5 days, and that would be ad one. I'd create the ad. That'd be the same video they just watched more than 50% of. I would smash them with that video for 5 days, and then after the 5 days is up, I would actually, yeah, I would, and then they'd see that ad for 5 more days. And then on the second ad, then on the third ad, I'll show them. I show them 10 days. Anyone who watched the video 10 days ago is now watching my third ad, but I'm excluding people that have only watched my ad 5 days ago. So people who clicked my ad yesterday, I don't want them to see my original ad. I don't want them to see my third ad until day 6, so they're excluded, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit more complicated, but it just puts them through a process of seeing different videos from me over about a 2-week period. So I'm not smashing them with the same video over 2 weeks, then they just delete it and like block me and stuff. So you want to show them different content over a couple of days. So this is one way of doing it. So that would be your third ad. People who've watched are on this list for 10 days. They'll watch it, but that will exclude people that have been on the list for 5 days. And then obviously on the ad after that, which would be your fourth ad, would be the same process. So you'd target people that have on your list for 15 days, and you'd exclude anyone that's only been on there for 10 days. So this list here might be 10-day list might be 1,500, and this list here would be 2,000. So it's only going to show it to 500 people, because these 1,500 people or whatever it was are going to get excluded, and once they hit day 11, then they'll start seeing this ad here. Yeah, it's a bit more advanced, but it's just another way of doing it. You will probably start using that once you have a few products up and running, and you've got you got different ads. You got more than one ad. You got fucking 10 ads. So it's just so some people need to see your brand like 10 times or 15 times before they either trust you or believe that you have some sort of authority figure, or they want to buy something off you. So people just don't buy straight away. That's why these retargeting ads are so important, because the conversion rate on a click from Facebook to website is about 2%. So out of every 100 people that visit your website through Facebook, only 2% of people are going to buy. So the 98, they're interested in your product because they clicked your website. They just need a little bit more information, maybe a little bit more exposure to you, and that's how you do it. You just retarget them with different ads, different products. Maybe by day 20 and they still haven't bought, you could slip in a $10 discount ad, and obviously you'd exclude everyone else, and you'd only keep the day 30 or 50 people that haven't bought yet. But that's further on down the track. So that's why retargeting ads are so powerful. They're very cheap as well, because your list is only 5 or 10,000 people thick. You're only probably spending $6 or $12 a day, where if you're trying to build your audience, like you're trying to find your audience through the first method I showed you on creating ads, where you're just using interest, then you're spending maybe $60-$70 a day to try and find people that are interested in your product. So once they're interested, then they go into your retargeting campaigns and they're more likely to buy. Yeah, this might seem a bit confusing for people that are just starting or who haven't had much experience with Facebook ads, but it is very basic and you will get the hang of it pretty quickly. It's just a matter of playing around with it and seeing what works and what doesn't work. If you've set up a ad recently and you're not sure if it's working right, or you're not sure how it's going, you want me to have a look at it, just shoot me a message and we should be able to sort something out where we can do some sort of screen share, or you can just send me a screenshot of the ad and the statistics and that, and I'll let you know if it's going any good. But once you have an ad running that's going good, don't ever turn it off. Don't pause it. Don't change it in any way. Just leave it as it is. And if you want to up the budget on it, last week I showed you how to briefly scale an ad. It was probably not the best explanation because you shouldn't ever change the budget on an ad that's running. If it's running and it's going good, leave it. What you do is you just click over here and you just duplicate it, and you just copy the same ad. So then it just doubles up your ad. So instead of spending, that one was $31 a day. If that one's going good, you just copy it and you'd spend $62 a day. So don't change. If that first ad was going good and you spending $31 a day, don't go, oh yeah, that's good, and then change it to 50, because that just it resets all your algorithms, and Facebook just doesn't like it, and you'll just waste money when it's you just don't do it. So if you want to scale an ad, always just duplicate it. I'll on another video I'll go into more detail on how to scale ads. There's a few different methods to it, and that's probably another 15-20 minute video, but I'll show you that another day. For today, that's pretty much it, guys. If you've gotten any value out of this video, please share it with a friend. Lately I've been just adding a few mates and that into this group that have small businesses, and like I look at some of their pages and that, and they could absolutely kill it with Facebook ads. It wouldn't take much. It only takes $6 to $10 a day to start running Facebook ads, and they could start generating customers through $10, $11 a day. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, any sort of small business that isn't running Facebook ads is literally losing money every single day. So if you've got any mates that are running Facebook that have small businesses and you think they would benefit from Facebook ads, because just think of Facebook ads as if you were to spend $20,000 or $30,000 today and put your business, make an ad, put that ad on primetime TV, so hundreds of thousands of people would see it, how much money would your business make? It would make, you'd spend $20,000, it would probably make you $40,000, $50,000. You'd smash it. Well, that's what Facebook ads are. And they're better. Facebook ads are more targeted. You're not wasting money because you don't know who's watching your ad on TV. You might have a rough idea with the time slot it's in, but if I've got an interest in motorbikes, then I can literally target someone that's looking at a KX125 and show them the ad that if I'm selling a KX125, I can show them my ad. So it's so much more targeted. It's so much more cheaper. For $10, you can reach 1,000 targeted people in your local area. So if you've got a barber shop, a hairdresser's, anything, any sort of small business at all, you could literally attract thousands of new customers with $10 a day. It's crazy. So if you've got any friends that would likely want to start using Facebook ads, then add them into this group and show them some of these videos, and I'm sure they'll find them very useful. Anyway, that's the video for this week, guys. Next week I will make it on something different. I don't know yet. I'll keep you posted. Thanks, guys.